Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A local man, RUDOLPH, is arrested for sexual assault of a minor. Also tonight, did you know there was InPerson summer school? We have a first-person account. And overtime for cabinet members raises many questions. In sports, ultimately, a sports league will reopen. Who will lift off first? Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Thank you for being here with us.
For finding ways to keep things happening.
For making things feel a lot better.
Thank you.
Energize, realize, feels so good just to be alive. Time's a gift, my time is free. I can spend it on you, you can spend it on me. I can say you'll be blown away by the change you see me. And I feel alright, dance all night, put a little flavor in my life.
Thank you for staying strong with us.
And for us.
Thank you for always connecting.
For keeping us together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for reminding us
that despite this distance,
we are still better together.
Docomo Pacific, better together.
Eagle Camp starts Monday at Mariana's Trekking Camp. Activities include hiking, snorkeling, off-roading, kayaking, field trip, arts and crafts, and go-karting. Sign up online at marianastrekking.com. Just $100 per session, includes lunch. See you at Eco Camp.
It's gonna look a little different in here. Your favorite spot might not be exactly where it used to be. Being next in line might feel a little less like next in line. And our smiles might come with a little extra shine. But McDonald's is ready to take your order, as safely as we can.
Hafa Day, Tirwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, July 31st, 2020. 2 new positive COVID-19 cases reported yesterday. The individuals tested were returning residents who have been in quarantine at Kanoa since arriving from the mainland. Authorities say they have not been in the community. They initially tested negative, but that changed to positive on day 5.
The default is quarantine. How that is presented, how we determine an individual to self-quarantine is very, it's tough. There's definitely medical reasons. There could be, again, if you're here for temporary work and you're just going to do critical work that is necessarily needed for this community. Again, it's for this community that needs to benefit out of that. Then, of course, there's going to be some, direction for that. But again, there's questions that's got to be answered to ensure, especially on the declaration form, it allows us to know where you're at in case we've identified that you are positive at the date of arrival.
CHCC states of the 42 confirmed cases, 18 have been identified through port of entry screening procedures. A local man is arrested for sexual assault of a minor and bail is set at $50,000. On Monday of this week, the Department of Youth Services contacted the Department of Public Safety reporting a sexual assault case on a minor. The suspect in the case is named RUDOLPH. Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio signed and authorized an arrest warrant for the charges of sexual assault of a minor in the first and second degrees. RUDOLPH was arrested Thursday in the village of Chalankanoa. President Trump has signed an executive order that removes Hong Kong from the visa waiver program that had been operative in the Saipan and Guam. The program allowed visitors from Hong Kong to enter the territories without a visa for up to 45 days. But with the removal, Hong Kong will now be treated the same as China mainland, raising the question, how will this affect the CNMI when tourism opens back up?
Big, definitely big. And that's something now that we're looking at how do we address this kind of issue here in the CNMI, because a lot of our percentage of our tourists comes from Hong Kong. So this is something that we are concerned, and we'll be communicating with the White House and Homeland Security what is our next course of action and what can we do. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, that's the reality, because I'm sure that this decision was in a national level. So we need to, or at least I need to at least put our case forward on why is it important to have a special treatment, a special visa here in the CNMI.
6 weeks of in-person summer school wrapped up today in Cagman, and PSS says they will use the program as a model for the coming school year. Over 100 students wrapped up the summer intensive reading and math program at Cagman Elementary School, and by all counts was a statistical success.
93% of the total 110 students showed positive success in their academics.
Cagman Elementary is the only school on island to push through the pandemic for the 6-week summer program, providing an extra layer of education to students who need it.
We always make sure that we have the summer program for our students that needs more instruction. You know, they need more help. We call those in students at the level of Tier 2 and Tier 3 students. So we have identified them ahead of time, and then we do the communications to the parents.
All while following the COVID-19 protocols.
We check our students' temperature when they get here at school and as they leave during dismissal time. And we record those data to ensure that they were fine when they came here and they were fine when they leave the school. We have 2 groups that comes in for regular math and reading and math. And the first group comes in from 8 to 10. And then the second group comes in from 10:30 to 12:30.
Students who met the goal set by the school administrators walk away today with a Kindle Fire to continue education beyond the summer program.
Yay! Wow. Good job, guys.
I think that it was a complete success. We all started out, with fear in our minds and in our hearts, but eventually, we saw everything unfold. We followed all the COVID-19 procedures. We established relationships with our students, and everything just came into place. So I think it was a great success.
While students and teachers take away knowledge not only in the books, but also in COVID-19 procedures within the school, PSS Commissioner Dr. Alfred Atta says this is a gateway to the opening of the 2020-2021 school year.
I want Dr. Demapon and her team, her group of teachers, to share with us their stories with the key management at PSS and say, take us from the beginning. What emotions, like besides just emotions, but what else did you guys do? And from there on, we will take notes on the steps that they did. We already have an idea of all the steps, but they actually went through it from deep sanitizing to directional signs to ventilation, and then the instruction, how they got together to do it.
Commissioner Addis says when PSS schools start back September 8th, only 10% will be in the classroom and the other 90% will be remote learning, creating a definition for the new norm for public schools.
If there's just one thing I could, tell everyone, it's just don't let the fear get to you. It's going to be hard to accomplish anything with fear in your mind, but you have your support group, your teachers, your staff members, your school, and especially it's for your students.
Legislators seek answers on how overtime for cabinet members is getting approved. Sally Lemus reports.
Representative Tina Sablon questions previous statements made by the governor, lieutenant governor, and finance secretary that assured the public of zero overtime disbursement for cabinet members. Sablon states documents received by the Special House Committee on Federal Assistance and Disaster-Related Funding does indeed show the opposite.
The records that we've received show that a number of cabinet members did indeed receive overtime, well over the 16 hours of COVID pay that you had indicated was the limit.
The Special House Committee held a hearing on May 13, where Finance Secretary David Attilig said cabinet members working COVID-19 operations will only be paid 16 hours at 1.0. Sablon continued to question what had happened to that statement.
At the time, that wasn't my understanding. And if you looked at my records, it's only at 16 hours. Now, the process of these overtime payments goes through Homeland to make the requests. In order to get any time above the 64 hours, Homeland makes the request to OPM, and OPM processes a NOPA, and then when all those are signed and approved, then our payroll department, our payroll section, that gives them the authorization to pay any time overtime or additional pay. And now I don't see every payroll and every time sheet of this government, but I assumed at the time that that's what the process is.
Attilig says the payroll department received instructions that no one gets paid without a NOPA and a proper CAT-B form, which secures a reimbursement from FEMA. Attilig then added that he will seek further legal counsel on the matter.
Coming up, a playground gets a proper treatment. Kids just want to have fun.
We need to pick up the food. Let me go so they can get it ready.
Dude, what are you doing?
Calling the restaurant.
No, you can't. It's against the law.
Okay.
No, really. You can get fined $300 for the first offense and $500 for every offense after that.
Wow, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. You saved me a whole bunch of money.
No problem, dude. I got you. We can still listen to music, though.
Go for it.
Public Law 21-17 prohibits the use of any mobile device while operating a vehicle. This includes, but is not limited to, cell phones, text messaging devices, paging devices, tablets, laptops, video games, and digital cameras. Stay safe, CNMI. Keep your eyes on the road and not on your phone. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Get out and get into gear at Eco Camp, designed for ages 6 and above. Experience go-karting, off-roading, kayaking, snorkeling, hiking, and field trips. Sign up online at MariansTrekking.com and take advantage of a special weekly rate of $100, including lunch. Starts August 3rd. See you at Eco Camp. At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. A new play park and repaired basketball court in the neighborhood gives youth a chance to stay active and stay dry. Sally Lemus brings you this story.
Families in the north side, especially kids, can now spend more time outdoors. Representative Joel Camacho says he wanted to continue and complete the vision that has been in the works for almost 4 years.
The recent playground was a product by former Congresswoman Alice Ito, so I'd like to give her credit where it is due. I want to thank her for putting that plan together. When I got into office, I introduced Saipan Local Law 21-8, and which provided the adequate funding that was needed to implement the project. So I've pushed forward with that, and we were finally able to get that completed last 2 weeks, I believe.
One of Camacho's goals is to promote physical activity to the youth, which also led him to repair the awning or shelter at the Asthma Twist basketball court.
Yeah, the awning was important to me because I actually also grew up in Asthma Twist, and that used to be a safe haven for a lot of us back then. So ultimately, I want to give this generation the things we had when we were kids, the things that mattered to us at the time. The ultimate goal is to get our youth active and, give them some sort of hope, especially in these trying times in this pandemic.
Camacho is involved in other precinct collaboration projects, such as the recent Astarlahi mural project sponsored by Representative L.J. Castro. Camacho says the projects would not have been possible and successful without the help of the community.
Well, that's a great, important asset to have in the community, is the feeling of a sense of ownership, because it helps our community to take care of the murals that we painted, and I'm very thankful and appreciative for the community reaching out and always being a part of these projects. It shows a sense of pride, and we're moving in the right direction. And so far, one of the biggest telltale signs that the community really appreciates it is the fact that it hasn't even been vandalized yet. I was kind of expecting maybe one or two would have been vandalized by now, but you don't see it, and that's a very, very key indicator that we're moving in the right direction.
Camacho says he will continue to work hard even with the limited resources.
We're going to continue working hard for this community. We're in some trying times, and like I said, the only thing we're really working hard on is trying to give back this community a sense of hope, and we will get through this together, for sure.
Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
Continuing our interview from the Peace Park tonight, Governor Torres talks more about the Northern Islands and the challenges facing the CNMI economy. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Did you think that there was going to be a lot? Did you know going up there was going to be some pushback on, for introducing the deer or just the trip in general? Did you anticipate that?
I anticipate a little because just the way it is. It's a political year. Because it's a political year, good ideas that are not made from them is a bad idea. And they try to scrutinize every little thing rather than embracing it. And so I expect that. But that shouldn't stop us from doing what is right. Same thing with the deer. I mean, we had a good intention. We talked to the secretary about it. We talked to the Northern Island mayor about it. They all supported it. In fact, the mayor said, man, we should look into Alamagan and see how we can also do this introduction. How can we embrace that here? What are the other assistance that we can do, not just for the deer, releasing of deer, or maybe other birds, like pheasant, for example. We cannot just be complacent about things. I'm not here to please certain group or individual. I'm here to make sure that I give every effort I can to rebound our economy. I'd rather fail trying than try failing. So here again, with the criticism, I'm okay. We're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna meet with Asiana. We're gonna meet with other airlines, and we're gonna talk to other countries, other opportunities. We have good, working relationship with SkyMart. We're continue to push for it. I hope that we can rebound back sooner than later. But these are challenges that around the world is facing. So again, for me, just continue to do what we need to do and stay focused and bring back our economy so that we can get back our revenues for our community.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for that story. All right, coming up in the KSPN2 Sports Report, Saipan, we have liftoff. You have to take your shoes off for this game.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Go's Gym, and today I want to go over some exercises that you can easily apply into your current exercise program. Now I have here with me Vince, and he's going to be demoing some of those exercises. Now the first one today is going to be a one-arm dumbbell row. Before I have Vince here execute a few reps, what we want to remember with virtually any exercise is your setup. If you start in a bad position, it's not going to look good, and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common mistake with here is obviously a rounded upper back, and as you can see, he's not very rigid or stable. So what we're gonna do is correct that just a little bit. So his supporting arm and his leg that's supported on the bench as well we wanna lock that in. Open up that leg a little bit to allow for a better path on that dumbbell. With the elbows coming up way too high, you can see the shoulders riding forward, and that's not what we want. So ideally, what you wanna think about is pulling with your elbows and stopping right at the midline of your body. So in this position right here, you can feel his entire upper back along with his core.
Do you have a phone, a game, an iPad, a laptop? Good, leave them at home, because the screen time at EcoCamp is sunscreen. Hike, bike, kayak, snorkel, off-road, and go-kart. EcoCamp starts August 3rd at Marianas Trekking. Sign up online, marianastrekking.com. Welcome to the Marianas Eye Institute. Our office on Beach Road is staffed with U.S. certified eye care technicians, doctors that have received national recognition, and a friendly, professional staff that will look after you and your loved ones. With over 1,200 eyeglass frames to choose from and an in-house lab, we can make most glasses in about an hour. And we even feature a mobile clinic to bring eye care to you. Keep your eyes healthy and strong with professional eye care at the Marianas Eye Institute.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, I'm so stoked it's hard to keep it in. Saipan saw its first official league game since before the craziness. The Beach Ultimate Frisbee League has the ultimate beach for games under virus-killing sun rays. 4 teams trying to kill each other. Just kidding, it's Frisbee. Thursday afternoons just got a whole lot more exciting at Fiesta Resort and Spa. Early happy hour imbibers taking front row seats to see the opening flip. Others rushed to grab sideline seats while they were still available. Red or close to red taking on blue. No one had a blue shirt size small. On the white sands of Garapan. Play of the game. Oh, that sneaky Caleb. He was cherry picking and he gets blue on the board. Like all sports, winning starts with defense. Trey Dunn causing the turnover close to the goal. Trey, he takes off across the middle as Cole Chambers picks up the disc. He scouts the field, the step, the look. He waits for Trey in the corner. Goal! And the huge neutral crowd erupts.
That was my son!
Trey is someone's son too, we believe. Sand, the ultimate surface for ultimate. Offense, defense, Dunn's like the ultimate superhero.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Blue winning a tough one-on-one battle at the goal line, and that made the score 24-3. No, it wasn't. It was windy. Thanks to KG veterans, Red snapped a 4-4 tie, dominating the second segment to win this contest 8-5. Dick Steinberg not only makes great plays on the sand, he's also one of the world's best-looking players of 2020.
Best dressed award at the end of the season?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Oh,
I might
man.
not make it that far.
Oh, I think you'd win.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if it ended right now.
Yeah, if it was one day only, you'd win.
Oh, absolutely. Winner.
White versus green. If you have white skin, you didn't have to wear a white shirt. Robbie Glass scores for white, but green won because they had Nick Gross.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735. Get your game and gear at Gold's Gym Saipan. Group exercise is a great way to get fit and then stay fit. For something high tempo, go for a ride with one of our instructors in our new spin room. Let's roll. Pilates improves flexibility, builds strength, and develops control and endurance in the whole human body. It also improves coordination and balance. And the Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplement. See you at Gold's Gym.
Today's high 90, the low 82. Our heat index 109, the highest of 2020. Ties the highest. Humidity 75%. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. High 90, low 80, seas 3 to 5. Sunrise 5:59, low tide at 12:13, and then sunset at 6:47. It's official. The weekend begins right now. See you back here on Monday.